This is not the first start. Please see video 2 episodes ago for the attempted first start and the result. So what this is another start after having the head off because the first start destroyed itself with valve springs that weren't correctly made. So I am really nervous about this. I have spun it over, got oil pressure quite quickly, which is good. I have then turned it over by hand. It feels good. Sounds like she wants to go. So we've plugged in the injectors, so I had the injectors unplugged to check for oil pressure. And let's go for a 20-second start, or whatever it might be. Start 438, take 1. Rag ready, whatever that's going to do. Let's see what happens. She runs. She's a bit rough, but there's no coolant in it, no auxiliary belt with the alternator, no pipe work, and the engine management light's on, unsurprisingly, because lots of things aren't quite calibrated, no MAF sensor plugged in. She runs. Oh yes! Okay, so it runs. This is now my to-do list. There's quite a few bits to be getting on with. Most of that is necessary for it to drive. It's coming up with a few fault codes at the moment. We'll work our way through them because it is running a little bit rough. So that's a priority, get it running smooth. So we'll plumb it up. The next available opportunity we've got, which is not tonight, I'll plumb up the cooling system, get the alternator belt on and the it charging, and get some coolant in it, get that bled up, get it warm. Just let it idle for 10-15 minutes and see what happens. We might still have a dribbling injector. We've got some injector problems. I have a feeling that the injectors that came with the engine were all absolutely duff. So we might have to test those again. And if there's any faults, genuine faults on wiring or anything on the ECU, that'll need investigating. But I want to get coolant in it and it warm and then drop the oil, fresh oil in it, nice fresh filter because of all the gunk that's in it. And then we'll go from there and start putting all that bits to get together. That'll be fun. But it runs. That's a good thing. I will sleep well tonight. First oil change. It's only been run for probably about 20 minutes so far. But I wanted to make sure we got an oil change in pretty quick. Even if we do another one in 1,000 miles. Because of the damage that was made, I didn't know what was all about. Filings of metal and stuff, so oil and filter change pretty early on, and we'll inspect the oil later with a magnet, I think. Yummy. At least it's not black yet. Nice. Yummy. Okay folks, so bit of an update. You've just seen it been running. Where's his massive victory? I've now got the headache of getting everything else to work now. Today I'm going to try and get the bumpers on, headlights fixed, washers back in place. No washer bottle, no. There's a bottle over there. That's not a washer bottle. Washer bottle needs to go in place. So we can get it close to MOT ready. Battery needs securing as well. Breathe brakes, should be good for an MOT. That's not how the intake's going to remain. I'm trying to faff around with some pipes to get it down there, and I'm probably going to build an airbox in there somewhere, move the horn around to the other side potentially, or just somewhere less in the way. But boost piping is finished. That was pretty simple routing. I kind of made it that way because I like it to be simple. And we're going to have to make a bracket for the throttle at some point. We'd like to put a throttle pedal fly-by-wire in rather than have the cable all the way around to there. But that's a later addition. The blue pipe is not staying, just so you know. That will be plumbed into the intake. We have that nice 90-degree bend that Tiggy's made. We'll make use of that somehow, I hope, because it looked nice. Just because it looked nice. So there we go. Turbo shots, get some stuff ready for MOT and getting this running properly. Oh, we need to put some gauges in, but we don't need that for the MOT. But we'll get some gauges in pretty soon. Try and give you some sort of an update later. Alright, so before we lose all light this evening, it's nice out here, but it's a bit dark. I thought I'd quickly update you. So the bumper is now on. Yes, the intercooler's offset. That annoys me as much as you. Bumpers are on, lights are on. Lights have checked. I need to put some amber bulbs in the side indicators or lamps, because they're a bit white for the MOT, but that's okay. Washer box bottle is not in yet. I've also moved the horn. That's just behind there, you can't quite see it, but it's basically just under the tow hitch, so now behind that fog light is a nice area for an airbox. Battery is now secure at the back, which is good. And I'm just working something out here now. Before I do that, show you that. Show the mod, a very important mod obviously. We've put a spoiler on there. Lovely. So let's show you what's going on over here. So basically what we've got here is, well obviously that's not permanent. That's just holding it on. We've modified the original bracket, which is the little hole there, had the actuator in it, the electronic actuator. And obviously the housing wasn't in that direction, etc. But here we've got a vacuum can, and that'll run off a solenoid over there. And then what we've done here, we had two of these rods, connecting rods to actuators. So I'll cut one down, and then put a little slot in it. Can you just see that there? And then this actuator came with two nuts, so ground the one nut down to fit nicely in there and put some slots in it, so of easy of adjustment. And then it'll go via this bracket here. These are on little bearings on them down there. Now all I need to do now is make a bracket and a little runner, and then as that pulls in like that, that will pull up like that, and that should give us everything that we need. And then that needs to be connected over there, and then that needs to be connected to there, and then that needs to go down there, and then I need to put gauges in, and I need to make sure the fans are running. Now I've just sort of hotwired them, and I know the fans do work, but for some reason ECU's not operating them at the moment, so that'll need to look into as well. So that's it for tonight, everyone. Spoilers on, bumpers on, lights are on. We're holding off with putting this section on, so we just sort the fans out, and I'm going to order some alloy piping to get this down there and make some sort of box to contain an air filter, because that's quite important to filter your air. Update over. Piggy out. Boost, got boost, gonna get some boost, yeah, I love boost, ooh.